Hi, my name is Richard Capizzelli. I'm the founder of the Stem Cell Authority. And about a year ago, and this is November of 2019, so maybe 2018, I started to have some severe pain in both of my knees. At first I thought that I had hurt the knees, and in any event, I went to my doctor and thought I was going to get maybe a cortisone injection and prescription for pain, although I don't like to take pain pills. And he basically said to me at that time, "You have stage 3 arthritis. You're not a young man anymore. This is the situation that you're in. You could try to manage it, or eventually you're probably going to need a knee replacement." So anyway, I ended up taking a trip to Asia. I went to Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. And during that period of time, I was actually forced to eat a diet that reduced the inflammation in my body. And where my knees had been, very swollen, the inflammation went down. I had a little bit less pain, but nevertheless, I was suffering. I had to take 3 Advils to go to sleep at night. I could not walk up and down stairs. I had to do it one step at a time. Coming downstairs, I had to go down sideways. I could not bend. And I had to stop playing tennis, and I had to limit my golf to maybe once or twice a month, and even then I paid the price the next day. So I started to do some research. I've been fascinated by the potential of stem cells for a variety of conditions, but in particular for osteoarthritis. And I concluded that there was a good potential to help myself versus going through knee replacement, double knee replacement. Prior to doing that, I started to do a therapy called prolozone, which is an injection directly into the knee joint, or both joints, with ozone. And the theory there, and it's well proven out, is that the ozone helps to regenerate the tissue, reduce inflammation. And quite frankly, I got good results out of that. However, they were not lasting. My knees were shot. So I looked at all of the potential to do stem cells here in the US, and the procedures that are available here primarily, in my opinion, were not going to get the job done because I didn't believe I would be able to get the volume or the amount of stem cells I needed to really make an impact. So here in the US, you're going to use stem cells that are derived from liposuction, your adipose tissue, in conjunction with bone marrow. And I know some people that have done it that way and gotten good results, but I'm 73 years old. So I started to research different opportunities outside the US. I looked at potential to go to Panama. Very, very good clinic there in Panama. I also looked at what was going on in Colombia, in the Bahamas. And I ended up settling on a facility in Tijuana, Mexico, which we'll talk about later. But the reason I selected them is because where they sourced their stem cells from a highly regarded facility in San Diego called Stemedica. So I made an appointment to go down to Tijuana for a procedure in July 29th of 2019. Prior to going down, the facility in Mexico required me to go through an extensive medical. They wanted MRIs if I had them. They wanted x-rays. And there was a considerable amount of blood work that was required. Extensive, as a matter of fact. They wanted to make sure that I had no underlying physical conditions, and they also wanted to make sure that I didn't have cancer and that I was a good candidate for the procedure. They didn't want me to waste my time or money if they didn't think I could get a good result. So after being approved to come down for the procedure, I made arrangements. I flew to San Diego. I stayed in a hotel in Chula Vista, which is about 5 miles from the border. And the day of my procedure, the clinic arranged for a driver to pick me up. Within 15 minutes, I was across the border. The facility has a garage where you enter into the garage and you are right smack in the middle of the facility. It's a beautiful facility, as you'll see in some of the pictures that I took in the video. When I first got there, they drew blood because they were going to do platelet-rich plasma, PRP. They provided me and my godson also went down. He's 50 years old. He went down for his shoulders because he's a boxer and he was having a lot of problems with his shoulders. So we had breakfast, and then around 11:30, the doctor, who is an orthopedic surgeon, showed up, and the procedure, which I have a video of, took about 5 minutes, and it was painless. If I wasn't watching it or videoing it, I wouldn't even know it was happening. So I had the procedure, and they made me wait about a half hour. Prior to the procedure, they did a skin test to make sure I was not allergic to the stem cells they were using. And they injected 21 million cells in each of my knees. I then left the clinic. Driver took me across the border, went back to the San Diego airport, flew to Dallas, Texas, had an hour-and-a-half wait there, and then from there I flew to Miami, Florida, and I was picked up by an Uber, and I came back home, and I was sore, didn't feel any immediate results, and then a couple days later, the amount of pain that I had been experiencing prior to the procedure diminished by about 35%, so I was extremely encouraged. In September the 27th, I got on an airplane. I went to Geneva, Switzerland. From there, I went up to Montreux, Chamonix, and at that time, I was able to walk, hike, climb, sleep, bend with very little pain. I wasn't perfect. I didn't have the knees of a 19-year-old, but I was ecstatic. I was not taking any pain medication. I haven't taken any pain medication since I had the procedure. I came back from Switzerland and Italy. I was in Italy for almost a month. And I live in a country club in Delray Beach, Florida. And I started to play tennis. And I played once a week for about 2 hours, doubles. Then I went to twice a week, Tuesday and Thursdays. And then I went to 3 times a week, and In between, I hit on the ball machine, and I've even played some serious sets of singles. Now here it is, December the 9th. It's been almost 6 months. My knees aren't perfect. I can play. I do not take any medication. I can bend. I can climb stairs. I can walk. But I've decided to go back to Mexico for a second round of stem cells. And I probably will go in February 2020. Time permitting for them and for me. And what I'm going to do between now and then is I will do some more videos. You'll get an opportunity to see me playing. And then once I go down there, I will film the journey. I will film the clinic. I will film